Hello, everybody. As most of you know, my name is Vincent Opper. Most of you know me as a brother, husband, father, stepbrother, brother-in-law, neighbor, friend, acquaintance, something in that neighborhood. But do you know I'm much more than that? I am almost a multimillionaire. You see, the Powerball is going on right now. And right now, we have a pot of $700 million. And even though I generally don't play the Powerball, I'm going to this time because I think it would be nice to have 700 million big ones in the bank. And the great thing about this is that I am actually going to share my Powerball winnings with my friends. And what this video is about is how you, yes you, can benefit from the Oppers, Vince Opper mainly, winning the $700 million Powerball. Now, how does this break down? The pot is $700 million, at least it's going to be $700 million by Saturday when the next drawing is. After taxes, you get a one lump payout. That payout is going to be a little over $400 million. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give out $100 million to all of my friends and family members. But there are some catches, and I will explain those catches in a moment. Now, how am I confident I'm going to win it? I'll tell you how I'm confident, because this man has told me that God generally wants to bless me, and I don't see how God can bless me any more than $700 million. So, you may be asking, now Vince, let me ask you this. You're going to have 700 million big ones. So, with 700 million big ones, why are you only giving out 100 million to your friends? Well, let me tell you. First of all, stop thinking in terms of 700 million. In real money, it's reduced way down to a little over 400 million, so it's not quite the pot that you think it is. But after taxes, about $400 million. Now, I am getting ready to turn 50 years old today, and my dream is to have the Clash play at my 50th birthday. Now, the living Clash, of course. We don't want the dead ones to attend, but the living Clash. Now, I figured to get the Clash together, it's going to cost me about $1 million. So as you can see, this money does go kind of quick. Now, even if I give out $100 million to you, I still have to spend $300 million. That's not easy. That is a lot of trips to big lots for me to rummage through the crap that I want to spend my $300 million remaining dollars on. One luxury item I am going to get, though, is I do want one of those seaworthy hot tubs that I'm going to go around the ocean, maybe go around the world in a hot tub. That sounds pretty cool. But anyway, you may be asking, how can I participate in this? Well, I'm going to show you. If you're a family member, you will get $10 million if you're one of my legal children, and you do have to prove your legality to me. I'm not just going to take your word. You're one of my legal children. You will get $10 million at the age of 18 in an initial trust fund. So that money is going into trust. When you turn 18, you're going to get that $10 million. And then when you turn 30 years old, you're going to get an additional $10 million. And there's kind of a catch. Pretty certain that by the time you're 30, you're going to have blown through that 10 million because you're young and irresponsible. Now, this remaining 10 million when you reach 30 is yours. But you can't just get the 10 million. You're going to have to get it in increments of like $50 to $100. Hey, Dad, I need to put gas in the car. Can I have $50? Hey, Dad, I need to get groceries. I need $100. So that's how it's going to be divvied to you over the rest of your life. So that's going to total $20 million just for my legal children. And I do want to say, you have to prove your legality to me. To my siblings, my two sisters, $3 million apiece just for letting me slide out that birth canal that you had stretched out a few years prior. To my in-law siblings, I'm giving you $3 million too, even though we never shared a birth canal. Pretty cool, pretty generous of me. To my mother-in-law, I will give $3 million for putting up with me. And then for my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my extended family, I've got something special for all you. You can't participate in this, and the rules will come up pretty soon. So let's kind of break this down to my neighbors, okay? If you're one of my neighbors, just for knowing who I am, I'm going to give you $10,000. Now, if you're one of the neighbors down the street and you don't know who I am, you come up to my door and you say, is your name Mortimer? No, you're not going to get the $10,000. But if you're one of my neighbors and you do approach me and say, hey, I do know your name is Vincent and your last name is Opper, $10,000. It's that easy. Also, for my neighbors, if you mow your lawn on a semi-regular basis to where we don't have jackrabbits in the neighborhood, I'll give you $1,000 just for mowing your lawn on a regular basis. Now, if you mow my lawn on a regular basis, I'll give you $3,000 just for you doing that kind of work for me. If you return one of my kitties, because if one of my kitties escapes into the neighborhood, there's always a chance that that kitty will be arrested by the kitty police, and then I'll have to bail them out of kitty jail. If you return one of my kitties, $1,000 per cat that you return. Now, you cannot come into my yard with a net, steal the cat, and then bring it back. No. No. And I'll tell you why you're not going to be able to do that is because I'm going to install a security system. I'm going to use part of my $300 million remaining to install a security system that has cameras to ensure that you don't do that. Now, if you don't know who I am and you're one of my neighbors, I will give you a wreath. I think that's pretty generous. Now, for my friends, okay, these are people that are not related to me. They're not my neighbors, but they are my friends. You have to be a Facebook friend to participate. Because if you're not on Facebook, I deem that you're a weirdo by now. And I don't want to deal with weirdos. So all of my Facebook friends, $2,000 for my Facebook friends. That's pretty generous. All you have to do is friend me or accept my friend request. We're Facebook friends, $2,000. See how this works? Now, whenever I post something, if you leave a comment on my post, you get an additional $50. For every like on my Facebook post, you get $25. And for every share on my post, another $25. As you can see, if you're active on Facebook and you like what I say and you give me some comments and likes and shares, this could add up. I mean, this could be something that could be pretty lucrative. And also to my Facebook friends, if you have purchased the book, I will give you $25 per book. I have written 3 books. Now, if you've bought one of each book, that's $75. Let's say that you are someone who's industrious, though. You purchase 100 of my books at the low price of $12.50. You're going to get $25 per book, so you're going to actually make money. So there's a little loophole in here for you to do a little bit better. But if you purchase a book, $25 per book, I can afford it, okay? If you join the Libertarian Party, $200. Now, this is a one-shot deal. You join the Libertarian Party, $200. You can't join the Libertarian Party, then switch back to the Democrats or Republicans, then rejoin and get another $200. No, it's not going to do that. I will actually pay someone a little over minimum wage to police us to make sure that you join the Libertarian Party only once. For my church, because I am a church-going United Methodist, I'm going to give $5 million to the building fund. $5 million. Now, we can build a pretty cool church with $5 million, considering there's only about 80 of us that gather. We could have the best, coolest, most gnarly church that you've ever seen, where only 80 people attend. And I am also going to throw in another $5K for a church hot tub, just because sometimes when I'm at church, I like to relax. Now for my pastor, Pastor Jessica, I'm going to give you a 1-year sabbatical, and I'll give you $20,000 going sabbatical. Now you still receive your pay from the church. Now, so that's a pretty good deal for you. Okay? Not that we're trying to get rid of you for a year, but I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I used to be a minister. Nobody ever sent me on a year sabbatical with $20,000. That's the generosity that I have. And also I'm going to dump $250 into the literature fund of our church. Now, for my extended family, and this is where it gets really exciting. This really is where it gets exciting. I'm going to have a family reunion pot of $1 million. Now, this is only one-time shot at the next family reunion, 2016. Pot of $1 million, okay? And you can earn portions of that $1 million. Now, if we go over $1 million, I'm going to cap it. Don't get greedy on me. But the family reunion pot's going to be $1 million. If you attend the reunion, all you have to do is show up. Then I'm going to give you $1,000. Now, let's say 50 family members show up at our reunion in 2016. I'm already $50,000 in the hole, and all you've had to do is show up. Don't you see where this generosity is coming from? Now, oops, where am I at here? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have competitions. And these competitions are going to allow you to earn extra money. So, whereas usually we go to the family reunion, we may have 1 or 2 games. We usually just sit around and we're lazy and we talk baseball and all that other stuff. We're going to actually have the competitions. Extra money for placing in the competitions. Now, how does this break down for the individual? This is how all this adds up. Let's start with my daughter, Rebecca, okay? Because she has already legally proven to me that she is my daughter, okay? Now, how this would break down for Rebecca. She's my child, so she's automatically going to get that $20 million. $10 million trust that she gets at the age of 18, and that extra $10 million that she's going to be able to get in small increments for the rest of her life after the age of 29. She's a Facebook friend of mine, so she also gets another $2,000. Let's say hypothetically, she liked 7 of my Facebook posts. There's another $175 for her. She once commented on a post, let's say, so she gets $50 for the comment. She attends the reunion, that's another $1,000. So her take would be $20,003,225. People, that's not too bad. Most of the stuff she didn't even have to work at. Now, how does this add up to, like, oh, my in-laws? My brother-in-law, sister-in-law, Carrie and Matt. Let's see how they would do. Now, being they're in-law siblings, $6 million, $3 million apiece. So they're automatically $6 million up. Both are Facebook friends. That's another $4,000. And let's say they've liked 2 of my posts over the years, and that's another $50, $25 per like. And let's say that they actually join the Libertarian Party. That's another $200. So the take home for Carrie and Matt would be $6,004,250. People, that's not too bad. Now let's see how this adds up to my sister, okay? My sister, she allowed me to go through the same birth canal she did. Being she's a sibling, she gets $3 million. She's a Facebook friend, that's another $2,000. She really likes my posts, so she's liked 13 posts over the year. That equals $325. She's commented on 3 of my posts for an extra $150. She has bought 1 copy of each one of my books. She gets $75. She attends the reunion for another $1,000. At the reunion, she gets 3rd place in the cakewalk competition, so she gets a $15 3rd place prize. And then she also gets 1st place at the family reunion archery competition for an additional $50. My sister Leah gets $3,003,530. People, that's not too bad. Now, let's say that you're one of my neighbor or one of my relatives like my Aunt Shirley. You're not my sibling. You're not that close in the bloodline. How is one of my further down the chain family members going to do? Well, this is my Aunt Shirley. She is a Facebook friend. She gets $2,000. And let's say she attends a reunion. That's another $1,000. She's bought 1 of each one of my books for $75. She made a comment once. I'll give her another $50 for the comment. At the family reunion, she gets 3rd place in the tug of war in the senior division, $15. And then her pasta salad that she brings gets 1st place in the pasta salad competition for another $50. My Aunt Shirley, just by virtue of being my mother's sister, is going to have $3,190 given to her just for doing these small, simple things. That's not too bad. Now, let's look at my neighbors. I got some neighbors, Justin and Sandy, okay? Now, They didn't really do anything except move down the street from me. But they know who I am, so that's $20,000 because they do know who I am. They're both Facebook friends. That's another $2,000 apiece. That's $4,000. They once returned a cat to me, another $1,000. Let's say that they like 22 of my posts. That's $550 in likes just for my posts. And let's say they decide to join the Libertarian Party, another $200. Justin and Sandy, just by virtue of being my neighbor and knowing who I am and doing a few simple things, $25,750. People, that's not too bad. Now, let's look at someone who's just an acquaintance. I mean, I've never even met this guy in the flesh. I barely know him. He just friended me on Facebook where I friended him. Ron. Never met him. Not sure if I want to with that picture, but Ron, a Facebook friend. $2,000 just for liking me on Facebook, just for friending me, just for me friending him. That's generosity, people. I don't even know this guy. 3 times he has liked what I've said. We'll give him $75, $25 for each like. Ron, just by virtue of friending me on Facebook and having 3 likes, $2,075. For someone who's never even met me, people, that's not too bad. You see, I am a giving person. I will win this lottery. I will have $400 million of disposable income, and I am willing to share $100 million with charities, organizations, and you, my friend, but you have to work at some of it. You have to work at some of it. That drawing is Saturday night, so by Sunday morning, I'll be this multimillionaire. If you know anybody who would like to friend me, I might pop on Facebook Saturday afternoon and accept some friend requests, give out a little more money just out of the generosity of my heart. If you know a few people who are thinking, you know what, I want to join the Libertarian Party, have them join that party before Sunday morning and let me know about it and have them be Facebook friends and they'll get $2,200. It's just that easy. People, I want to be rich. But not only do I want to be rich, I want to have the satisfaction of knowing I can share my riches with little people like you. Hey, this is your friend, neighbor, and newest multimillionaire friend, Vincent Opper. I'll see you on the other side of $400 million.